Yep. Welcome to Sunday afternoon football here at Darwin Football Stadium. We're looking up into the grandstand. I've got Sophia Pablo with me. Sophia, another game of football, just another one for you to go around with. But the girls just have so much fun this year. You're really enjoying the competition together.
Yes, obviously we've had a few new changes this year, but I think we've gelled much better than last year, and we've improved so much from when we first came into Women's Premier League, which was really good.
Yeah, sort of halfway through last season. We call you the happiest team in the league. Now, what are you expecting to do as you lead up to the last couple of weeks of the football? Obviously enjoy it, because that's what you've done all year, but what else is the coach expecting to get out of you as individuals and as a team?
Well, Morris has just been telling us, like with the last 2 games, he just wants us to have as much fun as we can on the field. But apart from that, just like pass it around and communicate and all that. Like he just wants us to do our best.
Well, I hope you get plenty of touches today, because I love your work in the midfield. So hopefully that'll do. Have a good luck today.
Thank you, Bruce.
That's Sophia Pablo from the Women's Premier League University of Azzurri. We'll talk to Hellenic shortly, and in a minute we'll go to a graphic, and then we'll come back here. Welcome back. As I said, Sunday afternoon football. I've got Joanna McCullough coming over. Joanna trying to run away. Look, 2 more weeks and you're in the finals, but let's just go for this game and then the next couple of weeks. First of all, how have you enjoyed your football this year?
Oh, it's been great. I loved it, yeah.
And it's a real family thing with you, because you've got so many sisters.
Yeah, we all love it, so
Yeah.
it's a passion in us.
It is clearly a passion. Do you practice in the backyard or out in the street or whatever?
Yeah, sometimes. Me and my sisters just play around outside, so.
Okay, now listen, just you had your Maddie Hatchick and Georgia talk to you, sort of co-captains, co-coaches with the little baby there as well today. What's your plan for today against Uni Azzurri?
I don't know.
Make something up.
To play our best to win, obviously, okay. So. Yeah, we want the premiership, and to get into grand finals, so yeah.
So you really do want the premiership. Ignore them. You'll do really well. On behalf of everyone in football here in the Northern Territory, you are a really successful football team, and you're successful because you all get on and you try hard. But you personally, you've had a really good year. I've really liked your development. Have you noticed it yourself, or you just go out and play football?
I just go out there and play. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought I've improved that much, but thank you.
Yeah. Well, Joanna, good luck today. Stay fit and healthy. You've got premiership to chase for, and then obviously you want to get in the finals and win a championship. That's little Joanna McCullough, who will be on the bench to start off, and she's running away right now. My name is Bruce Stalter. Thank you for joining us for this live streaming of the Women's Premier League here at Larrakia Park. We'll be back with this game shortly. It'll be Hellenic Athletic taking on Uni Azzurri. Well, welcome to Sunday football. Always a lovely day for footy. Every day is a good day for football. And Women's Premier League here on a Sunday afternoon. Local time, around 5:30 here in Darwin. And it'll feature Uni Azzurri. And they're running from left to right on your screens in their white, sort of away kit with the blue shorts and the white socks. And they're up against the current champions and premiers in Hellenic Athletic, who are chasing the same goals this year. And they currently sit atop of the table. Are 3 points clear of their main rivals in Azzurri. So the last 2 weeks, this game as well, will all matter as we lead towards that premiership. I've got Lurie with me. Lou, welcome this afternoon to this Sunday afternoon. You'd be normally down there taking photos. Just want to have a chat to you before during the game, if I may, just to say hello. Yeah, you're here for doing some photographic work, but you're also here as a mum when the boys are playing, or when Cassie's playing. She played Saturday night?
She played Friday night.
Friday night, yep. So you've got 2 playing at the moment. You had 3 at a time as well,
have 3.
The eldest playing as well. So what's the preparation for you? Are you still washing jerseys and kits and doing all that stuff?
No, unfortunately, because I do managing, I do photography, and
That's the other things.
I'm on the committee. There's no time for me to wash jerseys, so I organise the girls to wash their own jerseys. We take turns.
And Lou, we're talking about Mindle here. It's a club you've been with for how long?
I had to think about that. 8 years we've been with Mendel.
Okay. And you would have seen a lot of changes in the women's football space in those 8 years.
Oh, it's been amazing, and the work you've done yourself, Bruce, has been amazing. To see from our girls going from playing under 12s in a mixed comp to being playing in the Women's Premier League at age 13 and 14, and just to see the progress through, it's been amazing. And the Federation, what they're giving these girls is amazing.
And out there today is lots of young ones too in the Uni Azzurri Hellenic setups today. There are kids everywhere as well as some senior players. You know, it's really important to have senior players as well to mentor the girls. And in your club, you've got Dave McWilliam, who was the male champion of women's football for the country, not just for NT. Here's an opportunity for Gemma Martin, and Gemma doesn't miss from there, and she'll take that opportunity.
Well done, Gemma.
Yeah, Gemma's just leading the goal scoring. Now has 21. Remember that when we were 21?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. But Gemma's just added another one. She goes to 21. She's a great goal magnet for Hellenic. So we have a 1-0 score. Here's an opportunity for Gemma here in this game. Coach Morris Darwin saying to the girls, keep your heads up. They've done that all year. We actually termed this team the happiest team in the league.
Oh, it's fantastic. I actually had a personal message from an ex-referee that's in Canberra, and he's saying how much he's enjoying watching the Azzurri team play and how they're progressing. And he just says it's so nice to see the smiles on their faces and that they never give up.
No, that's so true. Great little summary there from whoever that person is, enjoying the cool of Canberra. Though he's going to get hot down there shortly. And also with the role as a photographer, is that just something, an interest you've had, and it's something you sort of match with the interest in sport?
I've always loved photography. It started off with taking photos of my kids, and then it went to taking photos of my team, then it went to taking photos of my club, and then it extended out to taking photos of the Federation, because I just wanted to get that positive message out about how great our sport is, and we just weren't getting the coverage, and the players always wanted photos, so I just ran with it. Yeah, and it's worked really well, and thank you for that. And the image is really key now. Like, you know, again, when we were younger, it was all about words, but now it's all about the images, and that's what you're creating for our digital platforms. And of course, the kids out there are the ones creating the content. So, do you prefer to shoot daytime or night? Daytime's much better. Yeah. I actually was a sports minister a few years ago. I think it was the first FFA Cup. Yep. I hit him up for extra lights because the lights were pretty bad. He asked me how my shots were, and I said, pretty bad. Can we have some more lights? That current CEO kind of said, be quiet, Lou. And I'm like, no, we need to ask.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
Extra lights. Yeah, you did.
So they're $400 which helps you, but you would prefer to shoot during the day anyhow.
Yeah, so, during the day is much better. Yeah.
And listen, do you do it sort of as a hobby too when you get a break? Like you always got a camera around slung around your neck. There's Moscow Papadakis on the run there. You can hear the call come in early from Moscow. Nice tackle from Selena, who's going to go again. Little Mariotti. Good battle between those two.
It's a great battle.
Yeah, it is. That's Joanna McCullough, goes across field. And that's good to see Ellie back out there. Ellie McCullough, of course, who was injured for a long time in number 13 for Hellenic.
Yeah, I really felt for her when I seen her and she did her ACL. It just broke my heart to see her not out there because she's so passionate.
Oh, and that was a shot there from Price Anita would normally put that in. That was a strong tackle from Cage Pearson too on Rihanna Myatt. Rihanna's staying down. And they're going to look at her now. But she's up. So good defence from Cage Pearson. And Chloe's like a number of players in the Azzurri team. Lou is just, as the weeks have gone on, you can see the development in them.
They have. They've improved so much, and they're just building in confidence. It's just amazing to see.
Yeah, and I want to thank Jenny and Morris and the team at Azzurri there for taking up the option when we gave it to them last year to come in halfway through the season, and they took it up, and they've not looked back.
No, it's been great.
Good numbers turn up at training. I saw the training the other day, and good numbers turn up in days. So they're doing something right there.
Yep, most definitely.
Hope young Selena's all right.
Maybe a bit of winded.
Yeah, I think so. Looking for a drink. Azzurri right back. So coming up to the 6-minute mark. Lou, just want to also ask you about, just as a mum and the kids as they come through, obviously when you watch the games, it's hard to watch any game in which your kid's in and not get emotionally involved in it. But you're always concerned about their welfare too. I mean, the injuries are the most important thing. And you've been pretty lucky. Will's been out for a little while this year too, actually.
Will's been my accident-prone one.
Yeah.
I've been very lucky with Cassie. She keeps stirring Will, saying, I've never cramped and I don't get injured. What's wrong with you? So there's a bit of sibling rivalry there.
Good on her.
Makes it a bit hard. But, injuries are a bit of a problem.
And do you take a role, like, as in a sense that you do the rehab and keep an eye on him?
Yeah, I do. I'm actually the strapper for
the team
women's,
as well.
the women's team.
Yep.
So I do the taping and stuff like that. So Will's quite quiet. He won't actually ask for help. So he comes to Mum. Mum, what do I need to do? And I'm like, son, you've got a physio there. Go and talk to the physio. I'm a level 1. But yeah, I do the rehab. Will's the type of kid that if he's injured, you actually take notice because he doesn't get injured very often, and he doesn't complain. He'll just keep playing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. Notice that. Teresa Sigacole on the header here, running towards the grandstand in the salmon boots, and that'll be a ricochet which will come their way. Boots colours, haven't they changed?
Yeah. Teresa, we actually called her Margie when she played for us. So Margie play has improved dramatically. I can't believe how much she has improved. It's been amazing to watch her progress. Yeah,
and the confidence too, again, what you were saying earlier about the confidence the girls have, that's what you can see week in and week out, and she's a great example of that. Quite creative on the ball too. You'll see her and Sophia Pablo manage the midfield for Azzurri, as they are just at the moment. That ball scooting across, and Ellie McCullough in there as well as Anita Price. And it's got away. That's that's Grace Doty running out there, number 8. Into the sunshine. We're wearing the cool of the shade of the grandstand because it's getting hot, isn't it?
Yes, very hot. It's much nicer sitting up here than it is down there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you, even as a photographer, you get to skirt the shadow anyhow of the grandstand.
Yep.
Those 4 o'clock men's games are hot.
Yeah.
You can feel that heat coming off the pitch when you're down there.
Yep. We just had a 3:30 game on the other side with the reserves, and it was very hot.
Yeah. And where do you locate? Where do you set up over there? On this side, or do you go over the side?
I go on the other side because I do training for him, so I need to be able to get
to do both.
Yeah. Although I can't run on the field, I've got pretty wrecked knees, so Ray runs out for me, and then I treat them when they come in.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. And also just a little bit about clubs, and this year with COVID, how you as a club and the committee members and the people that make up the club just cope with COVID, and at some points there it looked like we wouldn't be back, and then we were, and to the clubs and all our clubs and all the people that are in those clubs, a tribute to them that we were able to get back and be able to get a full season in. So there were times there it was hard for you guys.
It was hard, especially being so many teams that we did have, trying to find times for them to be able to train.
Yep.
For me, myself, I'm at the ground 4 times a week because the girls train different times to the boys.
Yep.
So I'm there 4 days a week. But fitting everyone on our field was quite tricky, but we managed it. Dave did an amazing job sorting out rosters for when we could be there, and it was just, I really loved the way that the club pulled together and just went with it.
Yeah, and that's so true. And a lot of clubs around, both here and in Alice Springs, had to work as a unit. Together we're stronger, the old phrase.
Yep.
And it was proven absolutely true. But so hopefully we're out of it.
But the work you did yourself, that you put in, was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we tried
to get us so we could play.
Yeah.
The clubs have to realise what you actually did, which was amazing, and the amount of effort you did to get us to play we really need to put our hands together for you guys.
Yeah, well, some in the government may have found us irritating. That's what I'll say. But we're on their back all the time, and we could see that sport, our game football, was just a way back to some sort of normality.
Yep.
And the number of kids, and even your young ones, what they were doing and what they couldn't do, and they're very active.
They
so
are
it would have been hard for them.
They are very active.
Yeah.
They keep me busy. Like, we've got the crossover with AFL happening at the moment.
Yes.
Well, it's only Cassie. My oldest, Dan, will be coming into play for Div 1 and Prem, so it's keeping us a bit busy with that.
Yep.
The girls can't train. I've got some of my Mendel girls are coming across to play for Nightcliff Tigers.
Oh,
so
good. Okay.
we miss out on the first 2 games, unfortunately, because we're playing. But it's pretty good. It keeps them fit, and that's what the girls came to me a couple of years ago and said, can we make a team up so that we can stay fit for the off-season? And I thought that's awesome.
And the girls really benefit from that. There's the captain, Azzurri, making a break and then putting a ball down that'll run over the sideline, near the Hellenic technical area. No score added to the original one, which was from Gemma early on. But talking about the fact they play other sports is fantastic. They come back from AFL stronger on the ball.
Yep.
Much more physical and balanced in the way they attack and run. I think it's fantastic, and I love the way that the residents of NT, their children play multiple sports.
And they can be adaptable. We one quite funny thing that happens for us is, because our girls are soccer girls, we play the opposition teams, and they get cranky with us because we soccer the ball a lot.
Yeah.
And they're like, stop soccering the ball. And we taught the girls to soccer the ball, flick it up, run onto it. And they're not ready for it. They're all thinking they're down to scoop the ball up. And our girls have got it over their heads. So the soccer has come in handy for us that way. So
And you actually see it in goalkeepers too, like Michelina down here,
Yep.
and Carla and Shana Edwards, and
Michaela?
what's the name?
Michaela Shaw.
And also Carly Antian for Litchfield. All play AFL, all play AFLW, and you can see how it really helps them in the game of playing a goalkeeper, let alone what happens out in the outfield.
that's right.
And they're really physical players, and such a joy to have in our competition. And that's always an awkward time because we're a little late.
Yep.
AFL were trying to say at the right time, their time, but we all have to give and take a little because of COVID.
That's right.
Right, this scoreline now is about the 12.5-minute mark. It's a round 16 match. Azzurri running from left to right on your screens. They're down 1-0 against the current table toppers in Hellenic. There's a skirt and run from Ellie McCullough, turns it back inside. And Sophia Pablo gets to it first for her team, which is Azzurri now. Joanna McCullough on the ball. Joanna had a chat to us pre-game, nervous as she usually is. She's a lovely kid, as is all the McCullough girls. Nita Price takes a shot from there, and it'll roll reasonably harmlessly into Carla Kashakala's hands, one of the best young keepers in the game.
Yeah. And she's just improving all the time.
Yeah.
She's just getting better and better.
She had some time in the outfield last week because she had that hand injury. She loved that as well.
Yeah, I noticed that. And she did well too.
Striker position, and then dropped back. I've got Lurie with me. Lou is a committee member, a photographer, a mum, a strapper, a manager, all those titles within the Mindel Aces Football Club. And just want to quickly talk about the Mindel Aces approach to women's development, because you, like Hellenic, a really strong women's team and a strong women's club. You often have, you're the two clubs that will have an all women's or all girls team playing in the juniors, as you do again this year, you and Hellenic. What's some of the things that you try to do to make it a really happy environment for the girls?
Just keep it fun for the girls so that there's not too much pressure on them. The girls are enjoying coming up and playing for the Women Reserve, like they're quite young. But we've started the Mindel Fire Girls about 4 years ago. It'd be longer than that because they've been in Prems for a while now.
Yep.
So we started them about 6 years ago because there was a need for it. We had enough to field more than one team, and the boys tend to get a bit upset and didn't want to play with the girls for a while, so the girls just gravitated to each other and we just ran with it. And every year we get more and more girls come across because they want to join the all-girls team.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you there, Lou. That's one I just skipped past. Carla Kashakala comes off like a little right toe of Anita Price there, and Chinoa Althiabu was coming at her, the defender, but Anita able to get her leg across her body, get to the ball, and that one just dribbled past Carla Casacala and into the goal. So we have a 2-0 scoreline now to Hellenic in the 15-minute mark, just rolled over on the North Crest scoreboard. My name is Bruce Storter. We're bringing this live streaming of the Women's Premier League Round 16 match here in Darwin. I've got Lurie with me. Lou's from the Mindle Club, also a person who works a lot in the women's game, and that's really what I wanted to get you up here, because it's good to hear what you're doing at Mindle and also what you do outside of Mindle, and how much you've seen the game produce over the last number of years that you've been involved. 8 at Mindle, that's a long time.
8 at Mindle, there was 2 before that at Azzurri.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Geez, Cassie would have been how old then?
Cassie was, 9?
Jeez, yeah,
8, turning
8.
9. That was her first season, actually. She'd been training with the boys for about 4 years. We started off in Noosa, actually.
Okay.
And she'd been training with the boys, so it was actually quite funny. Her first game, the boys on the team went, "Oh, we don't want another girl." But one of her teammates was a schoolmate, and he knew that she could kick the ball and throw the ball. So the first time she threw the ball, all the boys crowded in around her, and she threw it over their head to Ricky, and Ricky went and scored a goal. And the boys all looked and went, "Hang on a minute." And then they put her in goals, and she kicked the goal and almost kicked from the goal and almost scored a goal. And the boys ran up to her and went, "Are you sure you're a girl? Because she kicked like a boy." So, but...
And how old were they there at that time?
She was turning 9.
Right, okay.
So,
Fantastic.
but she'd been training with her brothers, and her brothers are 2 and 4 years older. So,
Yeah.
and she would get in there and play hard against the young boys, and they accepted her, which was what I really loved. That the boys were accepting. Once they seen the girls were willing to give it a go, and they were willing to mentor them and stuff like that, which is what I found at Mindle. Mindle is such a family club. It
Yep.
just makes you feel welcome, and I think that's why we're getting so many girls coming across, because they just feel kind of nurtured and
Yep.
encouraged there. Dave's doing an amazing job with the female program. We've got a women's committee happening. It's just so amazing for the girls that they get this opportunity, and I'm so happy with the club with the opportunities they're giving them.
Absolutely. And it's really key. There were key words in there were opportunity and fun.
Yeah.
So make the game fun for the girls.
Yeah.
Give them opportunities. There's got to be equity, same as the boys.
That's right.
And that's what both Hellenic and Mindle do. You
Yeah.
can see how well they're up the top of the tables in the respective competitions, and they combine competitiveness with inclusiveness,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
That's it.
And Hellenic being a dominant women's club, and Mindle, with all those kids coming through, will be in a position to challenge them this year, as I think Azzurri and Litchfield will as well. I'm really looking forward to the finals for these 4 teams this year.
Litchfield's another team that amazes me how much work they've put in to the women's comp, which is well done to them.
Yep.
And I just love watching them play. They're such a great team together. There's a great team spirit, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, it's well put, Lou, because they have been the big improvers this year. And when you talk to the girls, they used to talk about, oh, we were surprised that we're up here now. Now they believe they should be up there.
That's right.
Which is
That's right.
fantastic. Confidence.
They do, most definitely. So,
Right, it's 18-minute mark. This is a round 16 match. We had a little break there before Kate Pearson came across for her puffer for the asthma. And that's a left back for Azzurri. We got underway after that. We've had 2 goals. Gemma Martin's taken a 20-goal lead now to 21 in the Golden Boot for the Women's Premier League. And we had one from Anita Price as well. I don't know if Anita plays AFL.
I haven't seen her around. I do get to see most of them
Most
around,
girls,
but I haven't seen... Yeah, they usually come up, "Lou, can you get a photo of me?" Because I don't do the photos for everyone at AFL. I just do it for my Nightcliff Tigers because that keeps me busy enough.
And she's on the ball again now and takes the shot.
Well
There's a
done.
second one for her. Puts her hands out to thank Rihanna Myatt for the assist. And the player we were just talking about, Anita Price, gets a goal. On song, on time.
There you go.
Yeah, so you haven't seen her around the AFL?
No, I haven't seen her around the AFL at all,
Okay.
unless she's in the women's team, which she could be. A lot of the young girls I've seen. I know Mosca plays AFL. Yeah.
Well, we'll see that season about to start in a couple of weeks, isn't it?
Yes.
Already? Maybe
Yeah,
nearly?
it starts at the first week of our finals.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, as I said, there'll be a crossover period there.
Yep.
And if you're successful in our game, you'll be a bit late to AFL. And
That's
it happens
it.
the other end as well.
I've
You make
let
the
our
finals of the AFL.
I've let our coach know,
Okay,
and
good.
he's understanding. He's not expecting them to show up to training because he knows they've got finals coming up, which is really good that they're respecting the code.
Yeah, fantastic. That's good. Good to hear. We should work together collaboratively, and Stewie Totham, the CEO of AFL, and I do exactly that.
Yeah.
Ball comes down the line and we'll roll down. That's little Evie. He's going to let it run. And it goes. Well, Lou, thank you for coming down. It's really good to talk to you.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure to hear how Mindle's going, but also how the Lurie family's going. I see you here so often.
It's like my second home.
It is second home, absolutely. That's Lurie. Thank you, Lou.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the rest of your day and get some good photos for us.
Thank you very much.
Take
Bye.
care, mate. That was Lou Reeve joining us here this afternoon in the Women's Premier League. One of the women who features prominently in the women's game here in Darwin in the Northern Territory. And we have a game that features a round 16 match. We've got a race on here now where Tenelle Yama's in front, number 3 for Azzurri, and well defended. And by number 7. And that's, of course, Maria Bilius. Maria's just skirted across the pitch there and made sure that was a ball that rolled over the goal line and not near the goals. Great defence from her. Good opportunity for Tenelle Yama. Right, 21-minute mark. This is a round 16 match in the Women's Premier League here at Darwin. On this Sunday afternoon, we're in a bit of shade and shadow and sprinkles of sunlight around. It's about 32, 33 degrees, and that breeze is coming in pretty strongly from the north, almost directly now. And Hellenic McCullough, number 13 there on the ball. Good pressure from the youngster, number 17. And that's Selena Miaris. Good on her. She's only, I think she's 13, might be 14. Young Maria. Sorry, Selena, not Maria. Maria Bilius is not 15. And she's on the other team. So, Ellie McCrillis on the run. Great to see her out there again. Look at that run on from Price. Kashikala will get there first. Anita already has 2 goals. Hellenic have 3. Gemma Martin put the scoreboard operator underway early in the game with a goal from her, taking her to 21 on the leaderboard for goals scored. And that puts her 10 in front of Annabelle Kivett from Mindle. Right, that's Teresa Sigacol, number 10 on the ball in the midfield there. Good tackle from number 12. And Lisa McCrillis moving forward in the red boots today. The ball comes through it, and the captain, Gemma Martin, will just pull out of that. Matty Hadjic, the coach with Georgia. His better half is picking a couple of players on the bench today, moving a few things around as they move towards a very important next couple of weeks where the premiership will be up for grabs. And then, of course, championship positions for the finals, which start in a couple of weeks. Now, we got a full season in due to COVID. Played a lot of midweek football, and the players really appreciate that. Most of them would rather play football than train. So it was a busy schedule over the last 6 weeks. But we've got through. Now only 2 weeks to go. This is the last round of 16 for men, women, Premier League or reserves. And it'll be here fittingly on the main pitch and featuring these 2 teams this afternoon. So Azzurri, if you just joined us, whatever screen you may be watching, thank you. They're running from left to right in the white blue shorts and the white socks. Up against the powerhouse Hellenic. That's Maria Bilius and Evie Pinaris, number 2. So left back and the inside central defender. Call goes back to that central defender in Maria. She'll go back to Evie, goes across field to Ellie McCullough. Good tackle there, tandem work from Azzurri. Now they're going to unleash Fedaria, but didn't get to her because Joanna McCullough does the right work. Gets her body between the ball and that Fedaria offensive player on the left-hand side for Azzurri. Has got plenty of pace and a lovely left foot too. Only a young player as well, Fedaria Piera. We'll see if she gets an opportunity. Now here's Cage Pearson on the way back. And Chloe's going to go wide with Anita Price on her shoulder. These 2 will come together towards that corner. And the result will be Anita turns on the inside, gets one back into Mai, puts it a pass, comes off the goals. The centre, Mosca Papadakis, goes in for her attempt. But Gemma Martin But plenty of height on that. Went straight into the crossbar. And the goals are still shaking. The net just settled down now. And fortuitously for Azzurri, it bounced out and not in. So they escape one there. Nice work, effort between Price, Myatt, and then Martin for Hellenic. Oh, the other McCullough is all over the place. Now she's on the far right, puts a lovely ball through, but it's going to beat both Anita Price, but not Chinoa Althiab, who puts it out. Comes back in from Price. Chinoa's there again. This time she makes sure of it. No, still kept in. Price trying to get another ball back in. This time it comes to Grace Doty. Grace is trying to swing one around to Fataria Piera. She gets it now. Nice tackle on McCullough. Cage Pearson says, go for a run, Fataria. And that ball's going to beat her by some distance. We'll run over into the commercial signage on that side, the program signage and family law. And Teresa Sigurkol gets there, intercepts one. And will it be kept in? It does. Cage Pearson goes in that narrow corridor again, but this one will roll out of play on the Northcrest scoreboard side. I want to thank Rebel, great supporters of women's football here in the Northern Territory, also a Female Football Week. They're a major sponsor for that. And Sharon and her staff do all the great things down there at Jape Centre. So go and see Rebel for service and price. Also NTF, Construction Supply Specialists, and Steelline, who with Northcrest support both our Premier Leagues and football in general in Darwin. And this is a Women's Premier League match, round 16. 2 to go in the home and away series. Already played 3 of those catch-ups, so we'll get our 21 rounds in. Little battle there between Joanna McCullough, who's improved every week, playing in the right back position. Just beat Sofia Pablo there. And for Daria Piera, it's going to get past Maria Bilius. Now Maria just skirts across. And that lovely action of hers is just glides across the turf. Lynn McCullough's coming into fitness, match fitness. Had a long time out of the game. Nice little 1-2 there with Gemma Martin. That's an beautiful ball into Raina Myatt. And she's onside and going to goal and takes the shot and would like that opportunity again. She'd normally bury those. That went about 2 balls over the centre of the crossbar. So Azzurri at the 28-minute mark, nearly about to roll over. Right, Kayla Kashikala on the ball, moves in with the right foot, goes downfield, finds Sadrina. Nice little chest down and turn inside to Teresa Sukakol. Teresa's in the salmon boots, puts one over the top. That's a good ball. It's going to beat Joanna McCullough and go right into the path of Fadaria. And she skirts down there, number 18. Joanna McCullough comes in, gets all ball, but extended leg there brought the player down, so it'll be an infraction against Joanna. So Teresa heading over, puts the ball down, takes a walk back. Sets the wall, 3 in the wall. And Teresa's going to try and put it over the top. She does go over the top. That's a good, well-placed ball. There's an opportunity. She's got one. They've got a goal. That is so exciting for them. Absolutely. The young one can't believe it. She still doesn't know if it's going to be counted. Yes, it is. Selena, you just scored a goal in the Women's Premier League. Normie comes off the bench, one of the youngest players out there. What a great story. Number 17, Selena Maris gets a goal for Azzurri. Nice cross from Teresa. Over the wall, landed well. Ball at her feet. Her first touch was a goodie, and then she just put it on the toe and put it in the goal. And it's very hard to beat Michalina Hordas, but she did. So well done to Selena. They get a goal for Uni Azzurri. That is so exciting for them. 3-1 in the 30-minute mark. Skirting back there is Priscilla Morgado, one of the strong central defenders. That's Lisa McCullough on the run now. Lisa's got the red boots. Lovely ball from Lisa. Just going to be a little bit too far in front of Moscow, and Moscow was actually offside, so they'll call it back. But Lisa playing in the midfield, enjoying that. Lisa McCullough normally would be in the central defensive role. Getting a run in the midfield today because she's such a good player on the first and second touch. Good place to have her. Right. Kashikala puts one through. Goes to the feet of Bilius. Comes away again. Myers up. Comes back. Advantage being played by the ref. No advantage to Hellenic, so come back for that. Ellie McCullough will get a restart. Loose boot from Scarado. And Ellie will leave it for Maria Bilius, and number 7. Maria moves in, puts one over the top, trying to find Myatt. Myatt gets ahead to it, glances across, but Althea is there as well. This one will come back around. Price trying to turn it back in for her. First time shot, parried away. Nice save from Carla Kashikala. Got down low and got the right arm outstretched and the hand fully extended and just parried that around the right hand upright. They'll make something out of nothing, this Hellenic side, on that occasion. And might just turn full 360 degrees and nearly pop one in with the left foot. She's got urgent. She wants to play on. Everyone with their hands up to the sun. The ball comes in. Sun all in everyone's eyes there. Teresa gets there first. Gemma Martin has a chance. Goes to Mosca. Mosca comes back in. Ball comes away. Evie. It's going to go crossfield, yes, to Ellie. Ellie across to, Lisa. Nearly got to that, but Grace Doty got there first, number 8. Good work from the central defender for Uni Azzurri. For Daria Pedero puts one through and Maria just cleans that up for her side. Tracking back, as good central defenders do. A little play between Pablo and Fidaria. Little ball comes across field. Now it's back upfield a little bit, where there'll be interaction between Ellie McCullough and Grace Doty, and a nice defensive effort and interaction between 15 and 15. Love it when the two numbers come together. That's Nita Price, 15 for Hellenic, and running from left to right, Uni Azzurri's number 15 is Chloe Cage-Pearson. Chloe looks like she's okay after getting the puffer. She wasn't well last week either. Got through most of the game, pushes on. She's been a great improver for that side as well, and has sewn up that left-back position for Uni Azzurri for this season. Inside her is Grace Doty. Inside Grace is Chinoa Althab, and on the outside of that is the young Selena Mariotti, the right back. And her first namesake has got a goal for Uni Azzurri too, and that is Selena Miaris, who just got a goal a moment ago for Uni Azzurri. So it's 3-1 on the Northcrest scoreboard. 33.5 minutes gone. Little Selena Mariotti in there now. Gemma Martin goes back with poise to Anna Meyer, who puts one skipping across the turf, trying to find Anita Price. Anita already has 2 goals for her side. That is the Hellenic athletic team. Ellie with time just pops one around to her sister. Probably done that in the backyard. And Lisa just struggled to get there. Got to the ball, but had to push it out with the body weight advancing towards the fence. So out of the shade and into the sunshine goes Chloe Cage-Pearson to collect that. Enjoying the rest, as is most of the other players. A few on hands on head, a lot on hips. Still warm out there. Dry season, getting into mid-September here in Darwin. Consistently in the high middle 30s. And humidity is creeping up towards that triple figure. But the breeze today has made it a little bit much more pleasant. And that's coming from the north. And Ellie McCullough is just in a lovely ball to Anita Price as they run in headlong into that breeze. Cleaned up by Teresa. Goes in the back of Ellie's head. And gets a falcon. A reverse falcon, I think we'll call that. Ellie will have a shot from there. Hits back of Sophia Pablo. Comes back. You love those ricochets when you take a shot and they come straight back to you like a yo-yo. Lisa McCullough advancing. Picked up again. Great work. Just sheer willpower and then takes a shot. Go back, Lisa. Playing in the midfield today with her sister Ellie. And just sheer force of will there. Got through and took a shot on goal. Wasn't far off the mark. Has hands on her knees at the moment. Catching the breath. Right, Carla Kashakala will restart this round 16 match of the Women's Premier League here on a Sunday afternoon at Darwin Football Stadium in Larrakia Park. Want to acknowledge and thank the elders, past, present, and those emerging from the Larrakia Nation for permission to play this beautiful game here on a Sunday afternoon. Local time, coming up towards 6:05, a little bit more. Beautiful blue skies everywhere. And no smoke haze, which is great news for the Fireys. There was a lot of that around yesterday. But less so today. Joanna Might moves in. Nice height on that. Who's to it? Teresa. Nice header out from her side. And Joanna McCullough runs in. Good work from the youngster. Gives her team the possession. Now goes to Lisa McCullough. Lisa's pushing across field, looking for someone to help. She's got Ellie behind her. You hear the call from behind. Now it's gone to Gemma Martin. Now to Rihanna Martin. Takes a shot. Great save from Carla. Fantastic save. That is lovely work from her. That's a fully fledged shot from Rihanna Might. She got down low, the keeper. Fully extended the arm and the hand and just parried that around the post. She's a talent, that Carla Kashakala. You saw it all just then. Rihanna Might moves in, puts the ball in. Goes over the top. It's pushed out by Cage Pearson. Peniris goes to McCrillis, who takes a shot, Lisa that is, from outside field. A little acknowledgement for her to Sophia for the stray boot. But Lisa and all the McCrillises play the game in the fine spirit. Right. Northcrest scoreboard says we're coming up to the 38-minute mark. This is the last match of round 16 here in Darwin for either the men or the women in the Premier League and Premier Reserves. Now, Division 1 at the moment in a Champions League type final situation where they're playing home and away finals. So they're happening today across suburban grounds. So check your website to see how your teams have gone, your club, and see who's now progressed through to the semis in the Division 1 competition here. Of course, the juniors also completed. So they'll be heading into finals shortly. And our mini-roos have come to a close. That's a nice one from there, even though they got mixed up together. That's a falcon produced by the own play. And for Daria, now it's a push through. Little Selena showing how quick she can be. The goal scorer, number 17. Ball still coming forward. Maria Billius will go back here and just let that roll into the keeper. And Michelina will just put her right boot to it. She's in the red boots with the red gloves this afternoon. Been away from the game for a while and just fitted in, slotted in perfectly. A talented keeper for sure. Gemma Martin moving back. Gemma has 21 goals at the moment, just nutmegs number 10 for Uni Azzurri. Nice turn from Rihanna Might. That'll just be too far in front of Ellie McCrillis and fall perfectly for an advancing Carla Kashakala, who puts her right boot to it and goes across field. And Joanna McCrillis, that's the sort of thing that she's improved of. Great little header. Giving her team the advantage now and an opportunity to score just from her work then, number 14 for the Hellenic side. Nice save again, push away. Cleaned up by Sophia Pablo, goes out to Teresa Sigurkol. And that was the next pass, looking for a captain, but didn't. Mosca got in the way. Now goes back to Ellie McCrillis. She's going to have a shot on the left foot here. Will she get one away? She does. No. Well done from Grace Doty. And Grace Doty came in there with a lovely defensive tackle. Good work from Uni Azzurri's defensive 4. Of course, 5 when you count Carla Kashakala. And their formidable defensive line. Right, ball set. 40-minute mark going into the 4 minutes of time regulation. Rihanna Myatt doing the stretch. All the players with their arms out trying to shade the sun. Ball comes in and use effect with the sun. That's a lovely header. Can't believe she got it. That's Lisa McCullough. I don't know if that's her first header she's got, but she had the shock and the awe of, was that me? But that was a really well-placed goal. It was hard for Carla Kashler to get to it because there's players all around her. She's in the sun, full sun, and those ones are really difficult for a keeper because they come through players and they just appear. And she just couldn't get down to it. And if Carla can't get down to it with her instinctive, reflex play, then no one can. Right, that's a 4th goal. Well done, Lisa McCullough. That's a header. Playing in the midfield gives you a chance to move upfield. And Lisa deserves a goal for her efforts already in this first 41 minutes. Ball's a nice one from the captain, from Uni Azzurri. Intercepted by McCullough of the Ellie kind. Throw comes in. Goes over the top. Maria Bilius. Gemma Martin can't get past. There's the goal scorer, Lisa McCullough, putting one through to her sister. She turns a nice little defensive duo there from Uni Azzurri. That's what they need to do. Come in twos. Try and cut down the time and space that the blue and whites have. So Maria just puts this one out of play. The option of least resistance at that point. So throw in from Mariotti. Goes over the top. Needs a challenge Myatt when she's on the ball. Now it comes Ed. Grace Doty on it, trying to find a push-through ball. It's a little Selena. She gets her chest down to it on the run, but cleared up by Maria Bilius, and then goes back to the keeper, and Hortus just puts a right footer too that's come a good 30 metres, 35, where Evie Panaris does some work. Now it's come back to Uni Azzurri. Slightly offside. Anyhow, she's learning the trade. This is probably her first, I'll go out on a limb and say it's her first starting slot for Uni Azzurri, and she scored a goal as well. Just a baby in the team. Or one of the few baby, a couple of there are actually, 3 or 4. I'm talking about number 17, the goal scorer for Uni Azzurri, in Selena Miaris. Oh, that's an awkward bounce, and it's beaten Chino. A little jink over the top. And Mosca Papadakis is on the ball now. A little battle with her and Mariotti. Papadakis is still with the ball. Mariotti again comes at her. And this will be a throw-in for Hellenic, taken quickly by Myatt. There's no nonsense out there. She just keeps going, gets the ball going. And Papadakis has to run out into behind the grandstand to collect the ball to restart. She does that. Throws in. Goes over the top, over Alfiab to Gemma Martin. Gemma accidentally gave it all away there. Handball. Referee blows his whistle, so have a restart. Carla Kashakala waves Chinoa Alfiab away, so I'll take this. We've got a minute and a half of regulation time to go. 4-1's the scoreline for Hellenic over Uni Azzurri. 5 goals in the first half. Happy with that. For a neutral. Goes to Evie Panaris. Evie goes across to Lisa McCullough in the red boots. It's a lovely ball, Lisa. Anita Price runs straight onto it and take the first time shot and does that. Puts it in the back of the net and walks away with a hat trick. She's such a humble player, Anita Price. Great human being. She's got 3 goals today. That's going to cost us another match ball. I'm going to have to go and order another 20. That is a lovely achievement for number 15, Anita Price. And, you know, as she would recommend and say immediately if you were talking to her, she want to thank those who gave her those 3 fabulous assists today. That one was a lovely assist from Lisa McCullough. She's had a number today of really finely tuned assists right into the path of a flying number 15, Anita Price, and she has not missed. Hat-trick to number 15. Right, a little collision of players there. Ball still in play. This is the ref. Timmy is probably ref 20 games today. Timmy Lay, the stalwart in our referee ranks. Talking about great humans. There's another one. Lovely bloke and gives so much to our game. Right. Goes Mosca. Papadakis. Nice work, Mosca. No one's looking up and on the same wavelength as you, though. And that ball will run harmlessly into the keeper's hands. We're now into time added on. Won't be much of that. There we go. Whistle's blown by Timmy Lay, the centre referee. That'll bring the half-time upon us. And the score sits at 5-1 in favour of the Blue and Whites. Current sitting at the top of the table. Some really interesting goals in there. Of course, we've got to make mention of Anita Price, who runs off with a hat-trick in her pocket. And Azzurri, got to make mention of young Selena, who got a goal. How exciting for them, the team, the club, and particularly this Women's Premier League side that have just done so much this year. And Sophia Pablo mentoring her, and Sophia's like 2 years older than her. Love it. Okay, my name's Bruce Daughter. Thank you for joining this live streaming of the Women's Premier League Round 16 match. We'll take a short break, come back and have a little bit of a discussion with one of the people in women's game here at half-time, if we can find them. In the meantime, enjoy a little break. Welcome, Sunday afternoon football here at Darwin Football Stadium. We're at Larrakia Park on Larrakia Nation. I want to acknowledge the elders past, present and those elders emerging for permission to play a game today that's already produced 6 goals on the scoreboard. 3 of them a hat-trick to young Anita Price, who's just one of those players who takes every opportunity that's given to her, and today she's had 3 and they were beautiful assists and she just took them and claimed the goals. So a hat-trick to Anita Price, and that's fantastic for her. Also a goal in there to Lisa McCullough, a header. Nice work from Lisa. Normally playing in the defensive line, up in the midfield today, and there's a number of McCulloughs out there, Ellie, and as well as Joanna. But I'll just talk about Lisa for a moment. She's improved week in and week out, as the other 3 girls, of course. But just love the way that she's got real commanding presence now and has a force of will, and she just moved forward to take a couple of opportunities already today, which are really encouraging, and then got that header. And she was almost a little bit shocked that she got it, but it was a lovely technique and put it past Carla Kashakala. In fact, in trying to stop that, I think Carla's injured her hand again and may not come out as the Uni Azzurri goalkeeper in the second half. Also in there, of course, was who else? Gemma Martin. Gemma's now got 21 goals, and she took the first goal, took the first opportunity, and what a goal sneak she is, as they say, a goal magnet. She's so far ahead, 10 goals ahead on the Golden Boot table. And Gemma just added to it today. Fantastic player and well-deserved that she's now in the head of that table. Also I want to talk about Uni Azzurri. They came into the Women's Premier League halfway through last season, helped us out, came back again this year, and anybody who knows football knows how well they're getting, how well they work as a team, how well they're developing as individual players. And today the youngest player out there, or one of the youngest, there's 3 or 4 very young baby players out there, Selena Maria Scott, a goal. Little toe poke past Michelina, the keeper for Hellenic, and scored a goal for Uni Azzurri, which is, and she was just stunned as well. She's a bit like Lisa McCullough, said, "I just do that?" She said, "Yes, you did." So the youngster just humbly went back to halfway and got the game restarted, but she's now got a goal in the Women's Premier League. And I think, I may be wrong, but I think this was her first ever start in the Women's Premier League as well. And how exciting for her to get a goal this afternoon. So she's the one who put the 1 next to the scoreline for Uni Azzurri on the North Crest scoreboard. Look, we'll be back shortly. I hope you enjoy this second half. We've got 2 more weeks of Women's Premier League home and away to go, and then we're into the finals. And it's just been a fantastic season already. And the 4 teams that look like making it, Lichfield, Casuarina, Hellenic, of course, out here today, and Mindle, all offer so much in so many different ways. We are looking so much to seeing those 4 teams go around in the finals in around 2 weeks' time. So on behalf of Football NT, hope you're enjoying this live streaming on the FNT TV network, also the FFA digital channels, on this Sunday afternoon here in Darwin, where it's roughly around 6:15 local time. Beautiful afternoon and evening, and a beautiful time for the second half. At the moment, Hellenic 5, Uni Azzurri 1. Well, welcome back to Darwin Football Stadium. This is Lurie Park on a Sunday afternoon. Local time, it's around, say 20 past 6, thereabouts. We've had a change. Carla Kashakala has re-injured that little finger on her left hand, I think it is, in trying to keep out one of the goals attempts by Hellenic today. So into goals was Teresa Sigurkol. She's laughing away there in the goals. I think she was probably in the change room when the decision was made who's going to be keeper, and she was the last one standing. So she's got the role. So number 10 is now moved into the goalkeeping role. We hope Carla Kashakala's okay and that injury and re-injuring the finger is not as bad as we first feel, but she is off the field. Another sub was made too. Freya Stevenson's out there for Uni Azzurri. And I'll just work out who Freya has come into that position that Teresa would normally have been in. So she'll be in the midfield, number 13. And Freya's a real talent in this Uni Azzurri side. Hasn't played as much Premier League this year due to a whole range of reasons. And there's a little interception by Fedaria. Goes back to Sophia Pablo, back to the goal scorer and little Selena. But Rihanna Myatt will clean that up with aplomb. Push wide as well. Grace is going to stay with her, has to. Otherwise she'll push around you like she just did. Unloads one trying to find the hat-tricker. And Anita Price. Anita comes hard at the ball. Her and Cage Pearson have a good little battle. This one goes off the boot of Freya and into the hands of the first touch of the keeper, who just does a little bounce over, falls, keeps herself up. Teresa, who's filling in for Kashakala, given that injury at half-time. Sophia Pablo, nice work from Sophia. Gets the ball away to, that's a good one from Selena, but cut off by Evie Panaris. Number 2. That's a lovely ball from Anita Price onto the unrushing Gemma. And Gemma Martin will sort of tow that through, get another opportunity at it. Again, the keeper comes a second time. And Margie, as they call her, good save. She'll go out there with the salmon boots and do a unique way of putting the ball back into play. Comes off Ellie McCullough into Freya Stevenson. That sort of ricochets out now to Grace Doty, who puts one high up into Pablo's body. Nice work from Sophia. In the back, though, just smart play from Rihanna Myatt, probably the most experienced player out there. She's played in a couple of states, played in Sydney, high level. Puts the ball across straight to the feet of Lisa McCullough, who already has a goal from a header today. Lisa and Freya Stevenson going harder. Joanna McCullough comes in and, without any fear for herself, goes into the way right into the way of those two players and does another little good job for her club. And Sigurkol comes out there with an early intervention and pushes that wide into the grandstand side. Strong defence from Chinoa, Althea. And Myatt goes down. Ball goes off her at some pace, but over the goal line. So it'll be a restart for Uni Azzurri. 48-minute mark, round 16 match here at Darwin Football Stadium, Lurie Park. We're on the main pitch here. Lights are coming into effect. There's still plenty of daylight and blue sky around. And this typical, incredibly typical dry season, September Sunday. Nice work from Sophia. Just turns the body. Pass wasn't as well directed as she liked, but just the first bit of work on that was nice. Hat-trick. Price throws the ball through. Now it's a race. Gemma Martin on the outside of the defender. And we'll push that one into the side netting. So Hellenic back where they finished the half. That is pressing and creating opportunities on both sides of the field. Set kick from Sigurkol goes out of play. Picked up by Lisa McCullough. Puts it through to Martin. Martin back to Myatt. Myatt goes all the way back to Ellie McCullough. Ellie's looking for a runner. Now she's going to put it across. Trying to thread one past Mariotti, but can't do that. Mariotti gets a boot to it. Turns us on the inside. Where Myatt's in the midfield dominating, but that's a nice little tackle from young Selena. And Lisa McCullough comes in and cleans up for her team. Joanna McCullough goes back. Maria Bilius, with calm and poise, comes out this way. Nice play there between the sisters. Ball's just a bit too much in front from Joanna. Drops ahead a little. Real improver in this team. The young right back, number 14, for Hellenic. They're running from left to right on your screen too. They're up against Uni Azzurri. First is taking on 6th place here this afternoon. And a win today, which you never say ever, but looks likely, will give them 6-point advantage over 2nd place Azzurri. And a point next week, or 3, will guarantee them the premiership. Cage Pearson in there, nice work from Chloe. Say a lot about that with her work this year. Left back, ball's thrown through, lovely throw from Anita Price, number 15 for Hellenic, on the score sheet 3 times. Again, Grace in the back of Myatt. Grace goes down with a exaltation. Right toe digging into the dirt there. She's going to put a left footer in. Kick with either feet, or foot, probably the best way of putting it. Puts a left footer in this time, just skips it around. That's going towards goal. So dangerous. There's an opportunity. She has 2. She has 2. Lisa McCullough and the red boots. First time I brought it down, got a boot to it, and again, so hard for Sika Cole to keep that out because it's going through bodies, both Hellenic and Uni Azzurri bodies, and then just pops out and suddenly you've got to go and react, and the reflexes were not up to it on that occasion. Nice work from Lisa McCullough. Lisa gets 2 goals. That's not often the case. She'll be happy with her work so far. Talking of goalkeepers, little Selena's in there for Uni Azzurri, the goal scorer for them. Sophia Pablo bouncing off Anita Price pass. Now there's a nice ball put through by Cage Pearson. It's for Fedaria Piera. And it'll just be pushed out with patience by Maria Bilius. Right, 52 minutes have rolled past on the Northcrest scoreboard. Thank you to the Northern Territory Government for their support of the women's game. Also, Northcrest and NTF, the construction supply specialist, Steel Line as well, with their service over and above in the matter of steel. There are plenty of girls out there with steel wheels, and they're showing it today. 6 goals to Hellenic, 1 to Uni Azzurri. First playing 6th, and Hellenic are running from left to right on your screen. They're the current leaders on the table and the current champions and premiers from 2019. Freya Stevenson comes in early over the double goal scorer. Nice work from Grace there to steal the progression and forward movement of Hellenic. And they still haven't recovered. Now they're making their run. Cage Pearson will be a strong body, and the check comes in and achieves delaying the inevitable. That is a ball into the box. So this time it'll come from a corner. What's Mike going to do? Go left or right? She's going to go left because she knows the breeze is there. She wants the ball to come into the goal. No, she's going to go right now. Just prove me wrong. Ambidextrous with the feet. And Lisa's in there again. There's another goal. This time it fell for Gemma Martin. So the captain just slots one away. When those balls come in at that height from Myatt, they're so dangerous. They sit up high, the wind gets in there, they drop down because there's not a lot of force on them by the time they get to there, and just falls fortuitously and happily to the right boot of Gemma Martin, who makes it 2 for her. Not much you could do about that. Teresa, the substitute goalkeeper for Uni Azzurri, with Carla Kashikala out due to an injury to the little finger and a left hand, we think. It's the left hand. Selena, the goal scorer, number 17, the little one on the ball there. Nice work from her. Turns it around. Only as far as Priscilla. A race, and Grace will get there first. Number 8. She'll push it wide. Anita Price stays with her, smart on the inside. But Grace is up to it. Pushes it out of play. Nice work from the central defender for Azzurri. Quick throw in from Price. Unless Myers is going to have a shot on goal. And picked up by Sigacole. She takes a run. Kicks the ball. And finds its way to Lisa McCullough's head. Now Freya Stevenson on the ball. Substitute at half-time. With the changes that had to be made because of Kashikala not being able to come back out for the second half. So Stevenson's moved into the midfield where Sigacole was. Sigacole's gone back to the keeping role. Here's another opportunity for Gemma Martin. Genoa Althab trying to stop that and does so. Ricochets off her right boot and goes over the line. So this corner will be taken by Mosca Papadakis, and it's been really awkward for Azzurri the last 2 set pieces. Goals are resulted from corners. They need to tighten up on their man marking and try and get at that ball first if there's a rebound. Mosca raises her left arm, moves in, puts a good ball across, finds Myatt's chest. She moves it on to a dangerous Lisa McCullough, but it bounces past Lisa. Now Azzurri have an opportunity. If they can just push past here. Little Selena to the other for Daria. Combined age of probably 25. Those two. That's a nice ball through, but it's going to beat everybody. And Teresa with her interesting kick-out style. It's effective, got the distance. Plenty of blue shirts in the midfield, though. They set up again. Ellie McCrillis on a run. Nice work from Grace Stotey. All ball tackle. Freya Stevenson now and Lisa McCrillis. And Mariotti cleans up. And Selena's pass will go to the other Selena in this side today. Evie Pernaris in there working from the left-back position for for Hellenic. Or 1-2 maybe. No, it's just a nice little interplay between 13 and 6, which unleashes the hat-tricking 15. Did she just score? She did. She's as shocked as we are. She has put that ball from an acute angle across the goal, through the keeper, and into the net. So Anita walks away with 4. And Hellenic have 8. 3 goal scorers today. Anita Price 4, 2 to Lisa McCrillis and 2 to Gemma Martin. Coming into the 57th minute. Whistle goes from the referee to restart. Yama on the ball there, goes back to Freya Stevenson. Stevenson puts one through to her captain, Sandrina. Sandrina threads a ball through, which Priscilla Magato gets in. Good body check in the way, Maria Bilius. Nice tandem defensive work from the 2 Hellenic central defenders. There's a high ball from Grace Doty, trying to find an advancing white shirt. Does so. Ball fills fortuitously for them. Pass across from young Selena. Trying to find a non-rushing Tinil Yama. Freya Stevens will have a shot, normally does. And she did. Number 13, the sub. Some distance out, gets up with a wry smile on her face. Ball gets poured forward now. And Cage Pearson gets her left foot to it. And goes again for a second effort on Anita Price. You need to with Anita. Dangerous on the ball and without the ball. And Chenoa. Althab gets in there with a nice clean strike to clean that up. 59 minutes on the scoreboard, about to elapse. Grace puts a boot to it, goes down. Little Selena. Nice. Trying to get around to Fedaria. Her and Joanna McCullough. Two young players there. Joanna on the ball now. Nice play from her. Nice little fade and feint to the right. Then put the ball through. And now it's got to Price. And Price has unleashed Martin. Took all the good work from Chinoa again. Clean that up. And she does, as she often does for the Uni Azzurri, the central defender there, working overtime. So Myatt's going to try a right footer this time. Breeze is still there. It'll have some effect. She moves in. Gives it the height that's required. But just not the right direction this time. That's a rare error from her. Goes behind the goals. Shaking her head as she moves away. High standards she sets for herself and the team. Round 16 match, Women's Premier League. The last round of the men and Women's Premier League All Reserves. Div 1 is completed as well now. So we're playing Champions League type finals home and away there. So a couple of teams have been knocked out today and a couple of teams have progressed to the next round where they'll meet the teams who progressed on Friday night. So if your team's in the Div 1 and up for the finals, just check out F&T's website and Sports TG and see how the results went, see where you're placed and what you'll be doing next weekend. Offside there from Yama, picked up by the AR. So it'll be restarted by probably Maria Bilius or Priscilla. And it's going to be not Magado, it's going to be Bilius. Price wide on the side here, the grandstand side. They've gone up the middle where Myatt is. Chinoa comes across and again cleans up. We just did that a minute ago. That's like a carbon copy of her last bit of defensive work. Gets in there before and ahead of the advancing striker and just puts the ball out of play. Saves the day for her side. Martin with little head down. Grace Doty in there. Nice work from Grace. Strong work. Joanna McCullough gets in there. Nice ball from Joanna across to Ellie McCullough. Ellie goes across to Evie Peniris. Evie's going to thread one through to Myatt. She puts the ball up that's going to run over the goal line. Skirting run there from Ellie McCullough. She'll get the ball back again. She does. She takes a shot from range, comes off Chinoa, and so it'll fall into the hands and it'll palm away by the keeper. Good interception and intervention from Sigakol, the substitute keeper for Uni Azzurri. Right, coming up to 63 minutes have been elapsed. We're going to have a sub coming for Hellenic. Daphne Chokolakis is coming on. There's a slip over, an advantage play because it came off the hand of Myatt. Now little Selena beats Evie Pranaris. She's the goal scorer today. And there's a long ball coming across trying to find Yama. Yama's there now. Magado, the ball's pinched from her. And unfortunately for there, the little play didn't connect. So there's a sub. So Maria Bilius is going to get a shortened game. 63 minutes for Maria. As accomplished as ever. Such a good player at the back. Daphne Chokolakis goes on, number 23. And then we're going to give Evie Peniris the chance to have a rest as well. Coming up the 64-minute mark for her. And on goes the Noriko Ogo. And Noriko has played in goals this year, a number of positions. Great servant of the club for Hellenic, number 17. She's going to run all the way over there to collect this ball and throw it in from the Uni Azzurri club signage on that side. And the side is grandstand's opposite side, where the scoreboard is. You hear that call so early from Gemma Martin, the captain. Finally got the ball. She's going to try and get around Cage Pearson. She's going to try the run. And she steps back inside, puts a nice little one across the turf. Joanna McCullough on full run. Just couldn't get her body around that right leg around. And it'll have to go out of play. But Gemma Martin, her vision's amazing. Always plays head-up football. Saw an opportunity there when Myatt had it. Called early. Myatt was a bit late for one of those rare occasions. Looks like there's going to be another sub. Referee Timmy Lay said, let's do this sub now. Make my AR run all that way. And did so. Agado is coming off. No, it's not. It's Anita Price. 4 goals for Anita. Coming from the pitch. She's such a happy kid. And she goes in. Well done, Anita. And she's replaced by Morgan Johnson, number 24. And we have another sub, this time Sandrina. Scarato's coming off for Uni Azzurri. She'll be replaced by number 12. And that's Jade forward, making her way out. So 66 minutes is coming up on the clock. 4 subs just made in the last 2 minutes. 3 for Hellenic, 1 for Uni Azzurri. We're back with Uni Azzurri. Sophia Pablo on the ball in the midfield. She goes back to Grace. Grace puts her right foot to it. And Noriko in a little battle there with the 2 subs. Noriko Ogo. That one run by Jade forward. Puts the ball through to Pablo. Now gets it. She puts one through to Freya Stevenson on a run. As I said, Freya will take a shot, but probably not from there. She's got to get the ball in the right place yet. Now it's going to go to Myatt. That wasn't Freya, that was actually Jade forward. Freya was the ball that was play that was just beaten then. Nice work from the keeper, the sub-keeper. It's a good call. Lovely work. Came out early, made the decision, stuck with it. Got to the ball well and truly in front of an advancing Johnson for Hellenic and just put it out of play. Down here, what's out of play now? And to the advantage of Uni Azzurri, where Fedaria Pereira has the ball in her hands. Little Selena makes a run. Finds her, goes back to Fedaria. She put a left foot to it. Lovely ball. This goes where it should do. Jade's in there, so is Yama. Selena puts it back. Goes to Yama again. If that ball had slipped through to Jade forward, she was away for Uni Azzurri. Nice work from Mosca Papadakis. Lovely ball, Mosca. Gemma Martin's now on the run. She just turned around, saw her. Gemma's going to goal. This is going to be difficult to keep out. She puts it away. She has a hat trick. Gemma Martin further advancing up the Golden Boot standings for the Women's Premier League here in Darwin. All started with a lovely no-look pass from Mosca Papadakis. Lovely assist. Ball beat Cage Pearson one of the rare times it did, but Martin was just there with such pace and her touch. Once the ball's at her feet, it's lovely to watch. Not much Sigurkol could do about that, the goalkeeper for Uni Azzurri. And it started in a really promising place up here for them before. Right, Sophia Pablo has a chance to keep that going for them. Them is Uni Azzurri. Mariotti in there. Came off Mariotti's left leg. Now Myatt's running down. Mariotti comes back again. It'll dip over the top to Martin. Nice work from the defender, the left defender. Well done. Chloe pushing forward. And trying to keep this ball in now. She had an unfortunate ricochet come off her. Good effort from her. Intervention from Sophia Pablo. Puts it over the line. Daphne Chokolakis with her first touch. Myatt now on the run. She'll have a shot. Turn on the left foot, go, bang. Put it in. So we have a new goal scorer. There's been 3 so far. Now we have a 4th. So Myde has 1. Nita Price 4, Gemma Martin 3, and Lisa McCullough 2. Sophia Pablo on the ball, goes across back to Chinoa. And Altheab goes upfield towards Freya Stevenson, beats Freya. Picked up by Noriko. A nice little run there from Joanna McCullough and a nice ball in. Cleaned up by Azzurri and Grace Doty. We're into the 70-minute mark. We're going to get 21 rounds in. This is round 16, though we've played 3 additional rounds anyhow, so it's really round 19. And 2 weeks to go in the home and away season for the women, men, both reserves and league, Premier League. Running late, of course, we are because of COVID-19, but so happy we got a full season in. We're going to see what's happening in Victoria and other parts of the country. We're very, very fortunate to get a full season in. Due to COVID. Nice little interplay there and tackle from young Selena again. She's done some great stuff, the young kid, today. For her side, there she's getting involved again. Sophia Pablo looks up, goes to Freya Stevens. Freya's got to push it on to Jade Forward. Does that now. Forward has the ball at her feet. Can be dangerous. Turns on the inside. But strong work from Lisa McCullough. Well played by Lisa. Will Mosca get to that? No, she can't. Mosca Papadakis play on the left side for the Blue and Whites. Comes off Norika's the back of her head, or side of. There'll be another one for Mariotti to throw in. So Selena goes and gathers. Skips in now. Hand behind ball behind head. And it goes back into play. She gets a call from Chinoa. Chinoa's going to go back to the keeper. No, she's going to go forward. Freya Stevenson there. Daphne Chocolakis puts a nice ball through, but intercepted well by Grace Doty. She comes again, does Daphne. Rico in there as well. She's going to go over the top. This will bring Martin into the game. Number 4 already has 3. Carries the captain's armband today. Nice work from Cage Pearson to clear it away. Just give away a corner. A great effort. She just keeps trying, does Chloe. Just keeps on trying. As does the back 4. So well for Azzurri. And today, that's the same back 4 we've had pretty much all year, which is also great for the club. So Selena Mariotti in right back position. Central is Grace Doty and Altheab. And that's a lovely save off a well-directed header. Well done, Sigurkol. Got down low, parried away and then recovered. Lisa McCullough on a run, takes a shot from distance. Straight to the keeper. So Lisa will run all the way back to central defence where Daphne, number 23, is filling in for her at the moment. Now Selena. Now one McCullough to the other McCullough to the other McCullough. And where will McCullough go? Back to the other McCullough. So Joanna to Lisa, Lisa to Ellie. The last 6 passes have all been family orientated. Now Martin on the run, puts the ball across, comes off Grace Doty and then collected really effectively by the sub-goalkeeper who throws one out, finds Freya Stevenson. Well played. That's unfortunate. Mosca's boot got in the way. She came down. So the breeze has just sort of dropped off a bit now, so it just gets a little warmer. Fire engines back from hard work all day, I'm sure, out there chasing those bushfires along the roads and verges up towards Litchfield and cross on the other side to Waggett Beach and further north. But not the smoke we've had over the last couple of days. So I'm assuming that means that they've got them under control and it's not as bad as it has been for them. This is our peak season for the fire here in the Northern Territory. No matter where you are in Australia, the danger of fires is ever present. And of course, we had those horrific ones earlier this year and later of last year down on the south coast and east and west coasts of Australia. At 75 minutes, we'll tick over on the Northcrest scoreboard. Myatt's in there again. She's going to have a unselfish assist to Mosca Papadakis' right foot. Plenty of pace behind that. You can hear the ricochet off Mariotti. And that couldn't be saved by Chinoa Alfliab, so it will be a throw-in. Or could be saved, I should have said. And she did. Could have been a corner otherwise. Ball remains with Blue and Whites, and Noriko comes running in to collect it with all the energy she plays and does everything in her life. Throws the ball over the top. Johnson's in there making himself busy, and Cage Pearson just says, right, let's get this out of here. And does so. Nice right boot and puts it out of play. Almost to the feet and hands of Mosca. We'll have a chance to restart. Referee wants it back and the ball still before the next time. So with a short corner option. So the ball set, 76 minutes. What will they do this time? She's a nice ball in from there. That's dangerous. And look at that. Fell right at the feet. You could not get a better placed ball. An assist from Mosca Papadakis. And it fell right on the right boot of Morgan Johnson. So that is one of the most long-range assists you'll see. A beautiful pass and cross from Mosca Papadakis. Frey Stevens on the ball for Uni Azzurri. Chloe doing her work again in that left back position. And Joanna McCullough now picking up, number 14. The youngest McCullough out there. There is another one. Sophia. Right, sub-time. Timmy Lay makes the urgent run to the halfway line. 78 minutes about to roll over. Going to have a double sub for Uni Azzurri and one for... So Georgia Hadjic is coming on, number 11. And off comes Gemma Martin. Gemma got 3 today. Now, and comes... So the goal scorer, little Selena Maris, comes off. She's been replaced by Tegan Wilson, Tegan number 4. And also out there is number 7, which is Serena Adams. And she's going to replace Chloe Cage Pearson. So we'll just see how they make the markup. I think Serena Adams is going to go to the centre with Chinoa. And Tegan's going to go into the left back position where Cage Pearson was. And I'll give Grace Doty a chance to go up to the midfield, where she is now on the ball. But intercepted. Nice run from Georgia Hadjic. Georgia pushes wide. Serena Adams with her. Good battle between those two, and it'll come off Georgia in the end. Young mum. Beautiful baby. Ball comes down now to the sub in the keeper. There'll be one more change, and Timmy A once again makes the scurry and the quick run across. And Ellie McCullough. Timmy's just laughing. He says, "What can you do that last time while you were all there?" I love his sense of humour. He had to make that run all the way again. And off comes Ellie McCullough. It's really good to see Ellie get that much time in her legs coming back from injury. And forwards come on for her. Right, Daphne up against Grace. Freya Stevens with the ball there. Freya goes on a run. Turns it on the inside. Ball come free for Daria. Goes back to Freya. Freya pushes one forward trying to unleash for Daria, but it's got too much punch in it. Will go well and truly past. She says apologises. Ball goes well and truly over her and rolls down some distance on the sideline where it's collected by Lisa McCullough, who has 2 goals today, a header and a nicely taken volley. Nice head on from Georgia. Serena Adams gets the body in the way and checks it. Now she gets the ball unloose. This is going to fall for Vidaria. She can get past Lisa McCullough but can't. Lisa puts it through to Joanna McCullough. Joanna skips one across the top of Sophia Pablo, so it'll be a throw in for Joanna. She sneaks another 1.5 metres like any good player. And there's unleashed Georgia Hadjic here. Georgia turns once on the inside, goes again, puts one across field where Mariotti will clean up for Uni Azzurri. Freya Stevens on a solid run. And Noriko gets in there and cleans up. Well done to the Ugo. Going to play a shortened final series this year because we would be playing up until Christmas. So instead of having a prelim final, we'll just have the semis, and the winners of each semi will go through to the big dance. So in 2 weeks' time, we'll have the finals, and within 2 weeks, we'll know who are the champions of both the men's and women's Premier League and Premier Reserves. Of course, Div 1 will know a week before that, and also our juniors as well will know the 12s, 13s, 14s, 16s, 19s. Who are going to be the champions in 2020. A very affected year. It's going to fall for Johnson. She'll take the shot. Saved well by... She'll have another go here. Nice work from Chinoa. And George is going to have a shot and put it in. Casual as you are. And the young mum gets a goal. The sub, Georgia Hadjic. Nice work originally from the keeper. And Chinoa Alphabet came in and did her usually determined work and cleared it all, but it just fell so beautifully for Georgia Hadjic, who just put the right angle on it and the right pace to put it in just inside that right upright and collect a goal and get us off on the score sheet. Sophia threads one through, trying to find Yama, but Daphne Chocolates is too quick to that ball. There's Tegan. That's how she plays the game. She's very busy. She wins that. For Daria, nice tackle from Lisa McCullough. Lovely work, Lisa. And a good ball too. It's going to have too much weight on it, so let it just run out of play. It'll be a restart. And Lisa just scurries back to her central defensive position, having plenty of time in the midfield today and enjoying it and getting 2 goals as a result. And a shot from distance by Jasmine forward. The right direction and pace, in behind a number of players, and then scooted through the air into the back of the net. 84 minutes on the scoreboard here. I think the Northcrest. It's a round 16 match on this beautiful Sunday evening here in the Dry in Darwin. Another attempt here. She's going to turn on the inside and do it. Hits the pass. So Johnson misses out. Ball still in play. Nice work from Serena. And Adams just keeps them out of play there. Well done. It's going to be a goal kick. Clearly came off a Hellenic player. Played out by Pablo. Pablo to Weeson. Weeson now goes trying to find a go down to Piera. Adams and Johnson coming in. Wants her goal. Hits the post on the other side this time. That's 2 posts. They still went the same post, Morgan. She's shaking her head. What do you have to do to get it between the posts? She may get another opportunity right now. Falls straight to Morgan. Morgan turns around. Gets a shot now. And then she can get one away. No, Chinoa gets there first. This will be a throw in. And running down there with energy and purpose is Noriko Ogo. And she'll take this throw in. Number 17 on her back today, Noriko. As I said, she's played in goals and various positions on the field. Great club player is Noriko. Myatt turning on the inside and having a shot on goal and missing. That's rare for her, but misses the left upright. And it'll be a long run for the sub-keeper in Sigurkol. Rolls the ball down with the left hand and does the sub-keeper. Sigurkol gives it across to Chinoa to clear, and Chinoa does that down that narrow corridor on the Northcrest scoreboard time. Free Stevenson goes the same way. Daphne Chocolakis gets in there with a header. Goes to forward. Forward tries to skip it around and will get it again on a return. Just did it to herself, which is clever. But nice work from Jade forward to come back and take it off her sister. And Mosca Papadakis goes back. Forward skips around the other side. Keeps the ball fortuitously. Comes forward again. Now on the run. Gets one across field. Will come off Chinoa's left thigh and will go over the sideline for a corner kick restart. Where Mosca Papadakis runs out. Hair flowing. To collect it near the light pole. Goes around the back of the trend of the box there. The subby. Comes out. Disappeared. She's almost as tall as the substation. Puts one across. It's a dangerous area. She's done well from that position, Mosca. Goes back to Papadakis. She'll have a shot from there. Tips one over the back, where Morgan Johnson will collect. 88 minutes about to roll over on the clock. She's just outside the box. She goes back again. Joanna McCullough runs in there. Joanna turns it in. Well played, Joanna. And it's cleared away by Freya Stevenson. Where Serena Adams comes, Grace Doty comes at it. Now we're going towards Serena Adams, and that's Lisa McCrillis puts one past Adams. Now Johnson, lovely work. You can see what she was trying to do. An interception again by Chinoa clears it up. And we're talking about the 89th minute coming up, and she's trying as hard as she did in the first minute, Chinoa. Got great spirit, does the central defender for Uni Azzurri. Number 19 we're talking about. Good work from Fedaria. Still an opportunity here for Uni Azzurri. They move it forward. Myatt comes in and dispossesses Pablo. Pablo goes back again and wins the ball. This gives Grace Doty a chance. Grace goes across field with Myatt on her shoulder. Goes on the inside where Michelina will let it roll to her. Red gloves, red boots, couple of bounces. Puts the right boot to it. Sends it down stream, so to speak. We're over on the Northcrest scoreboard where Noriko slides in with both a body slide and a left pass. It's now unleashed. Serena Adams gets a hand to that, I think. No, referee's okay with that. Play will go out of play. Looks like Joanna McCullough has just left the field in a bit of distress, the poor thing. No, I didn't see that, but she's got a problem with one of the feet, I think. Right, the ball comes down now to Priscilla. Priscilla Morgado gets in there and hasn't had a lot of work to do, number 16. But she can. She's lovely. There's a long-range shot. Forward, of course. Collected by the sub-keeper. Now we're into regulation time's gone, and there goes the whistle. That brings a close to our round 16 match between Hellenic and Azzurri. Hellenic have won that one. They have a 6-point advantage now on the table. So the Blue and Whites will head into the last 2 weeks chasing the premiership. And technically, if they get 1 point next weekend, they will be crowned premiers. Azzurri is the only other team and club that could actually challenge them. And then it would be a goal difference thing, which I think Hellenic would have anyhow. But I'm not going to get into that scientific and mathematical stuff. We'll just leave it for enjoying what was a really workman-like performance from Hellenic and their coaching staff and the way they move their players around. Give some a rest, give some time. And they've had a victory here today over Azzurri. I want to make mention of how exciting it was for young Selena to score a goal for Azzurri today. And she'll be celebrating that tonight, I hope, with family. My name is Bristol. Thank you for joining us here on this Women's Premier League match. It was so good to have you. Thank you for joining us for across the weekend. And we'll be back next Friday night at 6 o'clock when we come back with more of the Women's Premier League. It'll be round 17 as we close in on the finals for 2020. Here's an opportunity for Gemma. And they're very active.
They
so
are
it would have been hard for them.
They are very active. We gravitated to each other and we just ran with it. And every year we get more and more girls come across because they want to join the all-girls team.
Oh, sorry, how well they're up the top of the tables in respective competitions. And they combine competitive. Yep.
That keeps me busy enough.
She's on the ball again now and takes the shot. It's the second one for her. 16 match. We've got a race on here now where Tanel Yama's in front. Number 3 for Azzurri. The result will be, and it turns on the inside, gets one back into Might, puts it a pass, comes off the goals. The centre, that's an beautiful ball under Joanna Might. And she's onside and going to goal and takes the shot. She's just going to try and put it over the top. She does go over the top. That's a good well-placed ball. There's an opportunity. She's got one. They've got a... This one will come back around. Price trying to turn it back in for her. First time shot. Paris McCullough advancing. Picked up again. Great work. Just sheer willpower and then takes a shot. Back loose. Ellie behind her. You hear the call from behind. Now it's gone to Gemma Martin. Now to round them out. It takes a shot. Great save away. Now it goes back to Ellie McCullough. She's going to have a shot on the left foot here. Will she get one away? She does. No. Well done with their arms out, trying to shade the sun. Ball comes in and uses effect with the sun. That's a lovely header. Can't believe it's a lovely ball, Lisa. Needed Price run straight onto it and take the first time shot. Does that. Puts it in the back of the net and walks away with the unrushing Gemma. And Gemma Martin will of toe that through, get another opportunity. Now again, the keeper comes a second, puts the left footer in this time. Just skips it around. That's going towards goal. So dangerous. There's an opportunity. She has two. She has ambidextrous with the feet. And Lisa's in there again. There's another goal. This time it fell for Gemma. Lisa's the hat-tricking 15. Did she just score? She did. She's just shot her. Gemma Martin's now on the run. She just turned around, saw her. Gemma's going to goal. This is going to be difficult to keep out. She puts it away. She has the for the first touch. Might now on the run. She'll have a shot. Turn on the left foot, go bang. Put it in. Back position. Central is Grace Doty and Althea. And that's a lot. We are in Australia, the danger of fires is ever present. What will they do this time? She's a nice ball in from there. That's dangerous. And look at that. Fell right at the feet. He's going to fall for Johnson. She'll take the shot. Saved well by. She'll have another go here. Nice work from Chinoa. And George is going to have a shot and put it in.